It's the Mixed Martial Arts Hour with
The Mixed Martial Arts Hour is back in your life on this Wednesday, March 15th. I had to check 2023. Hello again, everyone. I said goodbye around 3 hours ago. I told you I'd be back. I did not lie. I never lie. Let's not waste any time. Here he is, the face of the fight game, the face of MMA, the face of the UFC, one half of the upcoming season of The Ultimate Fighter as far as coaching is concerned. The notorious one, Conor McGregor, is here almost 10 years to the day from when he made his debut on this program. There he is. My guy, how are you, Conor?
Good to see you, brother.
It is a pleasure, my friend.
It's great to see the office. Great to have.
Thank you
great
so
to finally
much.
be here.
What a pleasure. What an honor. Look, you're
Yeah,
you're represented everywhere, Conor.
That's tremendous. Where did you get that now?
I got people. You want it?
Probably. Yeah, could I take? Can I?
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. I'm meeting up with them tomorrow for St. Patrick's
What
Day.
do we got? We got you right over here. The Marcus Brimage fight. I mean, you're all over the gaff, Conor.
I was always interested in this window.
Yes, it's not real.
Because it's dark out, obviously. So. That's cool. Very cool office. Very cool studio you got here.
I appreciate it so much. Wow, what an honor this is.
Yeah,
Thank you for taking the time.
This isn't where we spoke the first time.
It wasn't, no.
So you moved up there.
Yes,
this is a cool place, Ariel. Congratulations on all your success. And, of course, I'm in New York City. I'm honored to be here. And I'm happy.
I appreciate it. The people were asking. The streets were talking. They wanted you to come. You're doing a lot of big things. Why exactly are you in New York? I saw you at the Rangers game yesterday. What are you doing here?
Well, obviously, I was on the West Coast for The Ultimate Fighter. And doing the filming when it wrapped. Obviously, it's close to St. Patrick's Day. Come over, meet some accounts. Meet some distributors, continue a couple of meetings, and I've also a big donation I'm giving back to the first responders again. So something big's happening. I'm going on Fox News after this.
Okay. So all right, you'll be breaking that.
Yeah.
Wow. From this show to Fox News, talk about going from the penthouse to the outhouse. I mean, come on, those guys. I'm just kidding. Love those guys. You seem to be in great spirits, right? You just wrapped The Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
I know you can't say too much. Dana was hinting at some sort of thing that happened.
We had a little tussle, of course.
Really?
You know, I had a young kid in there, Lee Hammond, had to train with me all the way up since the beginning, and now he's kind of coming into his own. He was on the show. He's 5-0 undefeated. So I had skin in the game, and it got emotional, and then tempers got flared. But it was all good, We settled it, and there was no problem. It was a great experience, and all the competitors fought their heart out, and I was happy and honoured to be in my guy's corner and just to be present and experience it.
What do you make of Mike?
I don't mind Mike. I don't mind him, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go after him. I'm gonna hunt him down. He's talking about He's talking about putting me on the back foot. There's not one man on this planet that's ever put me on the back foot on the opening bell. So we'll see off the bat what's what, and. Other than that, I'm happy with the matchup. I'm excited to get going, and that's it.
Was this your first choice, Ultimate Fight? Was this the scenario when you thought of the comeback and you had a lot of time to think of it? Was this the scenario that you had in your mind?
Coach the Ultimate Fighter and
Ultimate Fighter and Chandler. Was that your idea or their idea?
The Ultimate Fighter just kind of presented itself. It was originally to be against Nate. It was me versus Nate. So I did not mind who it was against, to be honest, nor do I mind who I compete against. That's widely known. So I had agreed to it. It was Nate. It was like a day or two before. Now it's Chandler. So I'm not sure what went on that end, but it was me versus Chandler, and that's it. I have no problem with it. I'm happy with it, and it's going to be a good bout for sure.
Were you disappointed when it wasn't Nate?
No. I'll get that again. We'll get that trilogy. That trilogy will happen at some stage for sure.
Despite the fact that he's gone.
Oh, well, he was gone, and that's why he was gone, but he was still doing the show, right? So I was kind of like, you know what way that is, Ariel? That's all politics and all that. So we must fight. We're one apiece. It's a great rivalry, and it was a great fight. So we got to square that away for sure.
One of those that you'll be disappointed, like when you're 80, old and gray, and that fight doesn't happen, the third one, would it be a disappointment?
Am I a person not to get the fights made and done and happen?
No.
Look at all the fights I've had, when I say it, it happens.
Okay.
So I have a load of bouts left in me, and a load of stories incomplete, and I'm excited to continue on and get them done.
There's an interesting movement right now, right? With Francis leaving, with Nate leaving. Are we seeing a shift in the business right now, do you think?
Really? I mean, what? To go out and do a little side quest and see can they get some boxing dollars and all the rest of it, but No, for me, the UFC is pinnacle, and it's the company I love. It's a company I wish to be with this company for the rest of my career. So I've got 2 fights left on my contract, and I hope we can continue.
So when those are done, you're not going to do the whole explore free agency thing.
I mean,
you want to be there.
I want to be in the UFC. That's my catalogue is in the UFC. My highlight reel is in the UFC. Although, look, let's see what happens. I'm sure I hope they want. I hope they feel
You're
the same.
kidding.
Also.
What do you mean you don't?
No. But look, I love the company dearly, Ariel. Out straight. It's a company that's changed my life. It's given me so much, and it's helped me in many situations in my life. So I'm just, that's the UFC is my company.
Last time we saw you, July of 2021. Last time I saw you in person was January of 2020.
Like if you think of Ngannou, it was. I mean, think of all he got. Okay, he had his injury. Think of all he got. Like he was in that PI, using all the equipment, everything. There was no dough on that. There wouldn't have been no charge on that. Like he's getting accommodations, getting everything sorted. I thought he made an error, to be honest. I mean, he hasn't fought in a minute. Get a bout under the belt and then maybe start. I wasn't sure why he done that, to be honest. And, it kind of took the shine off him how it went. But look, I wish him well. I know Eddie Hearn's talking to him. I was chatting to Eddie. I met Eddie in the Blackpool gym. We were talking about Katie Taylor, the Katie Taylor situation.
Yes. Are you involved?
I am involved, yeah.
In what respect?
Sorry?
In what respect?
So I'm going to support the event. I'm going to sponsor the event. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to sponsor the event. And now it's going to be in the O2. I wanted it to get in Croke Park. We are pushing still for Croke Park.
Arena, right? It's now called.
Oh, sorry, it's called.
Yeah.
It's actually called the Point Depot. The O2
Jesus.
was a sponsor.
How many times they changed that name? Jesus,
I don't know,
every week.
It is what it is. But the actual name of it is the Point Depot. It's a phenomenal arena, phenomenal sound out of it. As you know, I think it was the highest decimals for the amount of people present. So it's a great arena. But to get a combat event in Croke Park, for all us combat enthusiasts and all martial artists of Ireland, it would be a dream. So I would love to see Katie do it, and we're pushing for September. So there's, again, there's ins and outs. And
what about you fighting there?
I would also love that. Of course, I'm the one that played start. I said the thing originally, and that's what I would love to happen. But it is what it is. I know just recent Dana came out. I actually messaged Dana because Dana had come out and said where myself and Chandler are going to fight. I don't know where we're going to fight yet. Possibly Vegas, possibly New York, possibly Texas, the stadium in Texas. He said also possibly a stadium in London. So when I saw these type of options, I just messaged him. So we're fighting in Croke Park, are we? So we're doing the stadium show in Croke Park. Croke Park, lovely. It's time. I said, lovely. It's time to do that now because you could put me on any time of the day. And it's gonna still generate. So, but it's still up in the air. You never know. Hopefully, I'm sure at some stage I'll do it. We'll do it.
As I was saying, I haven't talked to you since July.
But if I could do it for Katie for this year,
it'd be fantastic.
Oh my God, it'd be iconic, absolutely iconic. And Katie's something else. So I would love to see it. I would love to assist in it, and and then it would open the door for more. And and hopefully I could get on it then as well.
Can we go back to the night you injured yourself? What was going on? I mean, it was hard to watch you like that. You couldn't stand. You're somewhat, you're larger than life in many respects. Yeah. And in the ensuing days, you brought us in a little bit on social media. But truly, what was going on here? Did you feel like the career was over? Were you down? Were you depressed? What was?
At the time, I thought, maybe I won't be able to do this again. For sure, that was in my thoughts. Was I thinking of not making the walk or maybe the roll if I was in a fucking chair? Never. I was actually. Where there's a will, there's a way, Ariel. If you're willing, you're able. And, you only got to look at guys like the other notorious in the sport. There's a guy, the only other notorious in the sport is a guy notorious. Nick Newell has no hand. Yeah. There's a way. If you're with disabilities or something that's wrong, you can find a way to compete. Look, there's another guy, Zion Clark, a wrestling champion. He's got no lower half of his body. I saw him at the event. He had his MMA debut just recently, won. But he can walk on his hands. I'm never stopping this. I'm continuing. I'd wheel out into that octagon and I'd scoot into open guard if I couldn't brace on the leg. That was in my thoughts. That was my thoughts. I was like, right, okay. I had already done the whole camp compromised. The leg was damaged in the camp. I was in a medical boot. Those medical boots like that. I had a break already. So, and I take it off before practice, and my practice would consist of me in open guard. I'd be in open guard. So I developed some great attacks. I developed more composure there, and game-changing shots and sequences. So I would feel confident if I had to fucking take open guard, and I would have done that. So thank God, you know, my surgeons, the doctors, the UFC care that I had, and all the setup that I got, I was able to recover from it. And you know, I've got the bar in the leg. I'm able to brace on it. I'm able to kick with it. I'm kicking hard. I'm kicking fast. And you best believe I'm looking to take this guy out with the steel bar in my leg for sure.
Any chance you fight twice this year?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know, I can see it moving pretty fast when it moves. You know, we're gearing up and there's a lot going on behind the scenes and all, but I feel it will move fast. There's no issue why it shouldn't move fast. So I assume late summer, maybe a little bit later, depending. I would like that, and then of course that's still half the year left. I wish for consistency. I'm working for consistency. Like I said before, I've had this on-off thing for a couple of years, and it's been frustrating. But you know, be it for different reasons. But I'd like to just get past that and just get into this consistency, bracket. And I feel I will. I feel I can, and I'm excited for it.
The reason I ask that is, I can imagine for those 2.5 years that you were out and seeing all these events and all these fights, knowing the competitor that you are, must have kind of drove you nuts a little bit, right? Like you want to be out there. You want to fight 2-3 times, right?
For sure.
And we could see you're tweeting and stuff like you're engaged. I can almost feel like you itching off the screen, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be tough.
Yeah, for sure. It is tough. It is tough. But, you know, when you get yourself into such a great spot physically and mentally and in incredible condition, and then something happens and it's, you know, it's tough. But tough times make good times. So, you know, I took it on the chin. I stayed focused. I stayed on my work, and, you know, now I'm back. I'm ready to go.
What is the motivation? Because as you know, in the fight game, you reach that point, satin sheets. It's hard to wake up. I've got the satin
sheets. I've got the silk sheets. I've got the fucking Egyptian cotton duvets and pillows. I've got everything.
So why wake up at 5 a.m.?
Competition, man. Competition. It's the best buzz ever. Well, how would you not want to do it? How would you not want to make this walk and experience this whole thing? You know, it's highly addictive, and I'm highly addicted. So that's it.
And now, you know, I remember one time you telling me I'll never do movies. I'm married to the game, right?
I still am married to the game.
I know.
That's my wedding ring to the game. The octagon. It's the Black Forge as well on it.
Oh, respect. I like it. But getting a taste of that world, did it make you think, all right, maybe I could do more of this?
Oh, gee, it was tough, Ariel. It was very, very tough. Very long days. What it actually done for me, which I'm happy with, is it made me feel like everything else was easy. See, right now what I'm doing a lot of work going around. And The Ultimate Fighter, there's a lot of work. But even training camp and all the rest of it, all of that pales in comparison to the work that it takes to make a movie. And that took me back, to be honest, because I was not anticipating the amount of work it would take. You know, it's active. There's full fight scenes, and I'm doing the stunts, I'm jumping through the air, I'm throwing guys over bars, and I'm smashing glass bottles, and, you know, I don't want to give away too much, but we do some magic on the stuff, and I'm in we're in the ocean, everything, the whole shebang, jumping off speedboats, and it was a crazy one. And then you're doing this for 15, 16 hours a day, and then you go home, and it's like, okay, you're up in 4 hours or 5 fucking hours. I'm saying, I'm only getting home. What you mean? I need fucking rest. My body's sore now. I need to just relax for a minute. Give me a minute. And there was none of that. You know, you just gotta fucking dig deep. So it was tough. Am I eager to get back and do it? Not necessarily. No, I'm eager to get back and fight and compete. That's all I want to do, to be honest with you. Are they pushing for me to go back? Am I teed up to go back? Yes, I have an option, for sure. So we'll see how it goes. Let me see how this one pans out. There's still more work to be done. I still got to go and do this. They still may want me to do an audio-visual thing, or like I go in and say the lines again and all the rest of it. So as well as the promotion, there's a lot more work to it.
Right.
So I just want to see how all of this feels to me. Then I want to see the actual finished product. Do I like it? Am I into it? I don't know. So I'm just keeping the option open. But right now, you know, I finished my Ultimate Fighter reality show. Got some great training in with the guys. I was side by side with them. I was sparring as they were sparring, and I was picking up a lovely pace. You know, going through all of them. I sparred all of them, but by the end of the show, all the contestants. So I was getting into a nice groove, and now it's over. So I'm kind of like, I want to just wreak at it. I've got this work that I've got to do. I've had to come to the East Coast. I've got some business I have to attend to, as well as I'm giving back to the Tunnel to Towers organisation. So I'm excited to do that as well. But after this, we're locking in somewhere. I'm gonna find somewhere and lock in.
I know we have to wrap. We're short on time, but this is too great, right? I mean, we could go 4 hours.
Ariel, I'll stay with you all night.
I know.
I'll stay and chat with you all night.
Of course.
You don't have to rush me out. They don't. What time is it? I'm cool. I'm cool for a few minutes. I'm mind them.
Adi, good to see you. I love you. We got 4 more minutes, right? Yes, 4 more minutes?
Yeah. I went to Jacob the jeweler today.
Oh, Jake the jeweler. Let me ask you.
Jacob the jeweler. Look, so he gave me, so this is a handcuff.
It's fantastic. Oh, geez.
In rose gold diamonds.
Holy.
They thought they had me, but they thought wrong.
170 or 155 is the fight?
170.
Is that the new weight class?
Nah, it's not. I don't. No, I'm 170 next, man. Leave it out.
You win this fight. Do you get a title shot?
Yeah, I'd like so. I would like that.
You get the winner of Leon and Kamaru?
I may be present for the card.
This weekend?
I had with the Black Forge. We're making moves at the Black Forge in London, and I was scheduled to go out there. So after this, Gunny's also on the card, so it'd be good to see him live.
Right.
And it'd be good to watch that welterweight title for sure.
Are we back? Much has been made of this Usada pool. Are we back in finally? Because that's when the clock starts to the comeback, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not rushing nothing, right? So there's hurdles and whatnot, but we're in contact, we're in constant communication, and there's an interview scheduled and a meeting happened, and then it will be official.
Okay.
So, but the 6-month thing is not what they had said was it's 2 clean tests.
Yeah.
And off I go. So that's why I'm not. I assume it won't be too long.
Seeing you at that Jones fight and you watching Jones, that had to have reinvigated you,
for
right?
Sure. Just to be around. For sure. Just to be around, just to be there. The last time I was in Vegas, it was a tough one leaving it. This time I got the chill. Yeah, that was the last time I was there.
Wow.
And I got rushed out, so I didn't even get to experience Vegas. So I was a bit upset over that, but it is what it is. I had to get treatment. But it was great to be back for sure, and I definitely got great motivation, great inspiration, and I got the itch.
And now you're that. Ian Garry is shouting you out.
He's a phenomenal fighter.
Isn't that amazing that you've now become that guy?
You know what I love about him, right? You know what I like about him? Is that he's sticking with it.
Yeah.
He's telling his truth. He's telling his fucking story. A lot of guys would say, okay, I'm all for that also. That's, you've got to pay homage to where it came from. You'll never hear me talk bad about anyone that taught me, brought me into this game or learned me about this craft. You've got to show respect. And what can happen is a guy like Ian who's had a couple of wins, some great performances, he can, you become too big for your britches then, or you may change a thing. But no, he's staying, he is telling a story, and he's a force to be reckoned with. He is a force to be reckoned with. He's tough, he's durable, he's skillful, he's long, he's rangy. I'd love to see him. I'd love to see him rise up and win a world title. I wish him all the best.
Very last thing before they chop my head off here. I mean, I'm sweating here. I feel the tense.
You're getting the evils.
Oh my gosh! Very last thing.
What's this? This is my belt.
You could take it too. I'm the king of this studio, yes, Conor. I mean, I run this town.
Let's see it, man. Let's see it.
I mean, let's go. They thought they got rid of me too. They thought I was done. Guess what? I'm still the fucking brand, Conor. All right. We build our own shit. We're still doing.
You're forever in the game. You're forever in the game.
I apprate it.
What I would say is focus on all the good, because you do so much good.
You think there's too much negativity?
Mate, look at me. I get caught up into it too. I know that it's a thing, but it's like
too much.
Yeah, when you take it off, and there's a lot to be happy with and buzzy with. You don't need to be at everyone. I see when Dylan was here. I love the little vibe he's had back and forth.
I know.
Dylan's a good friend of mine. I wish I
came at the king and he missed.
I know, but you're going at him a bit hard. You do go at him a bit heavy. He had an injury. He's only a young lad.
I wish him the best. I do wish him the best. Yes.
And he's good for the game. He's good for the game. He's good for the game. So I hope he can come back as well.
Okay. Right over there, the people who say that you're done, the people who say that you're a shell of your former self, that you can't recreate the magic of 2016. What do you say to those people in closing?
Keep dreaming, because that ain't the truth. I know my skill level has gone way up, even in the last camps, and I'm getting better. So I'm excited and confident to go in and not necessarily prove those people wrong, but prove my support correct. That's always my goal.
What a gent.
Ariel, thank you so much.
10 years
Top man.
later.
Top man,
I mean, you got a freaking, I don't know what that is,
I
a
don't know
handcuff, and a fucking box of blueberries waiting for you outside. You're a legend. Thank you so much,
Ariel,
Conor.
you're a
Welcome back.
top
And I
man.
can see
You're a top
the
man.
enthusiasm and
Yeah.
the happiness
Yeah.
radiating from you.
Thank
and I
you,
hope
so
you can keep that up and stay on that path as well. So much
Appreciate it,
love.
man. It means a
There
lot
he
to me.
is, Conor McGregor, taking time out of his schedule to come here and visit us. We'll be back right after this. From one very famous Irishman to another, here's my old chat with Becky Lynch. And so without further ado, let us say hello. Is she there? Big time Beck's in the house?
She is here.
The pride of Limerick?
She is here.
Wow.
Coffee.
How
She doesn't sleep very much these days. You know?
this is a
Like,
huge honor.
doing it
I was
all.
just sitting
How's it
here
going?
vamping, wasting time. This is so cool.
It is so cool. I'm delighted.
Look how
to be
cool you
here.
look.
I do look pretty cool, don't
Yes, look at those glasses. Oh my gosh.
They make things a little bit dark, so I'll take them off. How are
Okay, thank
doing?
you for doing this.
My pleasure.
This is great. We're live right now.
We
I
are
hope you know.
live right now.
This is
We're live on the MMA Hour.
Yes.
So appropriate that I be on the MMA
Yes.
Hour now that I've dethroned the golden girl of MMA. Well, now that was a few years ago, but I've held this title ever since.
You have.
I'm talking about Ronda Rousey.
Of course.
In case anyone
She's a
doesn't
big
know.
fan of mine.
Not a big fan of mine.
Okay, good, because that gives us something in common. She's not a big fan of mine.
Oh, she's not a
Yes,
big
that was
fan
a
of
joke,
yours.
yes.
Oh, okay.
You guys are actually friends.
No.
No?
No.
Don't you have the same agent? Brad?
Yeah. And I haven't been getting anything. She's getting everything.
She is getting
No,
it.
I'm kidding. Brad's the best.
He is
Brad's
the best.
Brad's
But are you guys not friends?
No, we're not friends.
Come
no,
on.
We're not friends.
Are you working me right now?
No, I'm not working you. Would I work you, Ariel?
No,
We're friends.
We are friends. We are friends. It's great to have you here. Thank you for doing this. I know you're being pulled in a million different directions. You got Survivor Series this Sunday. I was just talking about it. There is a main event. Your match is the people's main event.
The people's main event.
That's what I like to call it. The first
Yeah.
people's main event was that man against Marcus Brimage back in 2013. That's when I came up with this term. Now everyone uses it, but I came up with the term people's main event, meaning not the main event, but the one that the people are excited about. So when Conor made his debut against Marcus Brimage, I said, that's the people's main event.
That is the people's main event, and this will be the people's main event, and the people's champion,
Yes.
the new people's champion, will destroy Charlotte Flair.
Okay, so we'll get to Charlotte, but I do want to take a few steps back if we could.
Yes.
It's been almost, those glasses, by the way, remind me of the Bret Hart glasses, sort of, from back in the day. Kind
Yeah,
of.
Maybe a little bit exaggerated, maybe a little bit bigger.
I love it. And I love the evolution of the character. We'll get to that as well. But around 2 years ago, almost 2 years now, you took the time off. You made the announcement. You were emotional. You were becoming a mom.
Yes, yeah.
How is motherhood?
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best. It's the best. It's been incredible. It's given me so much purpose and so much fulfillment in my life. And it really puts perspective on everything. You stop sweating the small stuff, and
Yes.
you realize that once I've got this little baby in front of me and she's healthy and she's happy, then that's all that matters.
Did you always want to become a mom?
Always.
You did?
Yeah, I always wanted to become a mom. Yeah. And so it happened sooner than I would have thought. But it's been the best thing. It's been the best thing that ever happened to me, hands down. And I know everybody says that
Right.
about being a parent. You've said the same
Yes.
thing to me.
Yes.
But you don't understand it until, and that was one of those things, because you don't know. You don't know what it's going to be like to have a child. And so I was so worried that, what if I don't connect with her? What if these things? But then she just came into the world, and I've never felt a love like it. It's amazing. And she comes everywhere with us. She's a little trooper. She's been to the UK twice. She's been to Saudi Arabia. And
What? You took her to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, 'cause I'm a psychopath. But no, so I breastfeed her, and I've never left her for more than a night. And even when I left her for a night, I tried to put her to bed and everything like that. She's not the world's best sleeper. So I tried to put her to bed and then tried to get back as early as I possibly could so she wouldn't even know. So there was no way I could do 5 days without her.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't think that she could have done 5 days without me, because she doesn't take anything else. She's not a big bottle drinker or anything. So yeah, so my little buddy came with me. It was great though. She slept the whole way over there, slept the whole way back. Didn't sleep the night we were there, so that was a little bit touch and go before we had the show. But yeah, she's great.
Someone's going to come in, I think, to fix your mic. I think the mic may have fell. Frank's going to come in. All right, we're back. There's Becky Lynch. Prior to that, we had Conor McGregor in studio. Appreciate everyone who joined us live at this strange hour. But that's what you do. That's what you do when you're told that things can get done. He was like a freaking locomotive. Came in like a motive, came out like a locomotive. And even got our little Conor plush toy, but we can get another one of those. That was something. I feel like I need to catch my breath. I feel like I just ran a marathon. Did that really happen? I did tell you guys that it was going to happen. Yeah, that was wild. He seemed to be in great spirits. He seemed to be in a good headspace. He seemed to be very happy. He seemed to be energized. He seemed to be excited. He seemed to be all those things that you would want as a Conor McGregor fan. If you're a Conor McGregor fan and you watch his demeanor, and I know it wasn't the longest interview of all time. What was it, around 20 or so minutes? 19, 18, something like that?
Who was keeping track?
Who's keeping track, Frank? Here we are. Is this primetime Helwani right now?
I think so.
I feel like we're primetime Helwani right now. I feel like this is a big deal.
It's a lot for a content creator, right? Yeah.
I know. Is GC back there?
Yeah, I'm back here.
Oh,
man.
give us the. There's New York Rick.
Can we talk about like the locomotive thing? Is right.
Give us the whole behind the scenes. What just happened?
Yeah, so the behind the scenes, I had to meet him. I had to go get him down in the lobby. First of all, like, kind of mind blowing that like he has obviously has security, and like a guy kind of came in and like detailed what we were gonna do beforehand, and he's like, "All right, he'll be here in a couple minutes," and then he walks out.
Oh, there was someone ahead.
Someone
Love
ahead
it.
to like make sure everything was cool, and then like. Locomotive giant team. We all jump in the elevator straight to the studio. He's like, could you grab me a coffee? I was like, yeah, I'll be right back. By the time I'm back with the coffee, you guys are already live. I mean, it was.
You were late on the coffee?
What was I supposed to do, man? I mean, I
walk in.
no,
don't walk in the middle of the
I did walk in and I was like, oh, they're live. I'm not walking in that. Yeah, and then just like that, they're gone. Like it was. I mean, a whirlwind.
But
it was
exuded
wild.
that energy, right? Exuded that excitement, that positivity. New York Rick, your thoughts from the HQ over there? New York Rick was actually on his way to the studio because this was supposed to happen at 10 something, and then you turned things around.
And then I turned around in the whip. I think you nailed it. If you were looking for the Conor McGregor of old with the energy and the zest and that feel that indescribable feeling that only he has, that people kind of get intoxicated by and like attracted to, that felt like that guy, right? And I mean, it's hard. It's so hard to say because he's been away from the fight game for so long, but he makes you want to believe, he makes you want to believe that he is everything he says he is, and that he's going to prove all the doubters wrong. And what he said to the camera, like, you're fools for doubting me. There's something about him. There is something about him. It is no accident that he became the star that he is today. And this, I think, this harkens back to the old days for me. This feels like the old days of Conor.
Even had a couple of lines in there too, right?
Yeah.
I
like you dropping the bread line. I like that.
I mean, it was a nod to the one from 2020.
The moment where he showed the new bracelet with the handcuff, and he's like, he looked directly in the camera, and he's like, they thought they got me, Ariel, but they didn't. I mean,
oh my gosh, crazy! That was that
a whirlwind.
That 20 minutes felt like, because
that.
he's going to do Fox, and I understand. I'm not trying to take away from anyone else's interview. They're live. We're doing our thing, and so I'm looking at the clock, and I was like, Jesus, what the hell? I just looked and it was 8:01. Now it's 8:12. Also, can I tell you another thing that I was worried about? We had this little I think it was a Korean barbecue bowl before, and like I was worried, I was burping it up, and so it was a whole big problem on that end. But no one needs to know about that.
One piece of gum, like we're like desperately dry mouth, like trying to get ready for this.
We're sharing the gum.
Yes.
Can I get a couple of
the whirlwind of like the last hour has been pure madness.
Mysterious Frank, are you in the chat right now? Because I just saw you pop up.
No, I plead the fifth.
You're in the YouTube chat?
Yeah.
We're trying to. I feel like I need a cigarette right now.
I mean, literally, like I need a cigarette.
I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. Is this what people feel like when they need a
forged
cigarette?
Irish stout. That's what I need.
Yeah,
right
can we
now.
get a forged?
Like,
I mean,
I need some proper number 12 after that. I mean, like the fact that we were just sitting there, like eating dinner, and you're like, 15 minutes. I'll be here in 15
oh
minutes.
my God, you know yourself, Connor. You know yourself. What about the joke that we're thinking about? If we would have said, okay, this is the one you've been waiting for, everyone say hello to Connor, and it's you walking in.
Yeah. Connor is in the building, everyone. He's here. We have Connor. And then I walk out.
And we did the title. It was just MMA Hour Special Edition with Connor, Conner.
Yeah.
Just
Connor in studio.
Oh my God, that is something. That is something. Wow, 170. As I said, first reported, 170. I said 170. By the way, just with all the Usada stuff, I'm hearing the same, that the 6 month, just like we all thought the IVs were one thing, I'm hearing it's different now. And that's not my beat. But I am hearing that what he said, and it wasn't a story pertaining to him, it was pertaining to someone else. You know, this has been a thing that's been going on. So we'll see what happens. But remember, we all thought that there was something with the IV stuff, Dan Hooker, Sam Makhachev. Didn't seem to be that. And then we found out that the rules changed along the way. So who knows with all this stuff. It's a crazy, crazy world that we live in with all this stuff. But that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Should we do another 3 hours or what? What should we do?
That's what I signed up for.
Yeah. What about the line, satin sheets? What's the motivation? Satin sheets, silk sheets, fucking Egyptian cotton.
I got it all.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
I wonder what he
Suit
really
was
has.
great. Orange suit was great. Watch is fire.
You want to know something crazy about the is it Tunnel to Towers? Is that the name of the? Is it Tunnel to Towers?
Yeah.
I have a crazy story for everyone. Okay, so he always does a big donation to the first responders, and this great charity, Tunnel to Towers Foundation, came after 9/11 to the first responders and helping out their families and whatnot. You know, it's all coming together. I should have mentioned this. Wow, I didn't have time. So it's Wednesday. On the Tuesday, so you know how the world shut down on March 11th? On March 10th, so it's March 15th, on March 10th, I did an interview with him from ESPN, from the Seaport Studios, to talk about the donation that he was going to give, I think for the first time, maybe the second, but then to also talk about what had just happened. Oh, the Cerrone fight. The Cerrone fight had just happened, right? And I got there at 8 a.m. He was in Ireland, and we couldn't connect. I stared at him via satellite, or whatever we were using. Yeah, satellite. Zoom wasn't a thing. For 2 hours, I kid you not, so that we could figure out there was something wrong with the audio. And I stared at him. And then at one point, he had to leave, and he had to go. And I never got the interview. And I was there with the Tunnel to Towers guy, and I was like, I can't believe I'm staring right at him, and I can't do this interview. And now here we are, 3 years later, almost exactly same day. We do the interview. He's about to go announce this thing. And I went home, and I was like, this might be the lowest moment of my career. I was facing the guy who had just won, who had just come back against Donald Cerrone. I'm literally staring at him in the face via screen. And I can't do this interview. You know how frustrating that is? You know, it's like looking at like a flashy toy that you want so bad, like this amazing toy, and you just can't grab it. I'm staring at him, and then he had to leave. And then we were like, maybe we'll do it on Thursday or Friday. Guess what? The world shut down on Wednesday, and we never got it done.
Oof.
But we got it done this time.
And now we make good.
Now we make good.
It comes full
Can't
circle.
believe that
baby.
happened.
Yeah.
Like I can't. I'm out of breath.
Yeah.
I mean, that was wild. That was wild.
Is that your first time meeting him?
What do you mean? Is it my first time meeting him? Of course. Of course. I mean, I had to take the microphone off him as everyone's like, we gotta go. I'm like, yeah, let me grab the mic right quick. And like he's got the plush and he's got the coffee and the mic pack is in his pocket and like he doesn't put his stuff down. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'm just going in the pocket. So here I am, just digging through McGregor's pockets.
That's absolutely what you do. Yeah.
Did you get a pic for the gram?
Yeah, I did. The lighting's terrible.
Oh,
A little Photoshop here and there. You know.
I'll do a little editing.
Who took the picture?
Karen. Shout out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Karen Kessler.
The security was like, no pic, dude. No pic. I was like, I have to ask.
For real?
Yeah.
You bypass security?
Like they were saying because they had to go. Not like,
okay.
Right, and they overheard
we gotta
Connor
get to-
asking me.
They were like, we got to get to Fox. We got to get to Fox.
Yeah,
I was
they'll
like,
be okay. They'll be okay. They got plenty of time.
it's like once in a lifetime chance.
I mean, there's not a lot of traffic. What is it? What do we live in a pretty quiet part of town?
They said they needed to be there in 15 minutes.
Oh, they're good. They're good. They're good. Just tell them Helwani was here. I mean, he seemed to. By the way,
I'm sure they're not going to wait on Connor over there. I'm sure they're just going to move on without him.
Yeah, no, absolutely,
a few
right?
Minutes late. They're just that's it. Can't
he
do
really wanted to take in the studio. He wanted to take in everything. I mean, and what
That's
about
what he was saying on the walk in? He was like, I can't wait to see the studio.
and what about him? Hyping up his friend Dylan Dennis. I have no beef. I just
Hey, man, loyalty.
loyalty.
Backed him up.
You like I said, come with the king.
We
But
I can say we may or may not have already gotten a message on MMA fighting from Dylan Dennis.
Oh my
What did
God!
he say?
What is it?
You can't. Come on, you can't do
You
that.
can't release DMs.
No, we could never do that.
Wow. Well, what a time, guys. Should we? I mean, I don't even know what to do with myself at this point. Should we just keep this going? I mean, we've got.
Little darts.
I mean, you
turning.
got another Connor. Just bring him in. Oh man, you didn't get to play darts.
I
with
didn't
Connor.
listen.
There was
If-
no way,
if-
dude.
If you don't think I thought about it, first of all, there was 900 people standing right
Yes.
over there. Second
Throw
of
him
all,
from the desk. Just throw him from the
I
desk.
like
The environment in here during that
Was-
was just like, it was intense, dude. There were so many people and like all of them were intense.
When he turned to them and he's like, "I'm good." That
Like
was
they were
sad.
all just like,
and they were.
Got
He
it.
was like, "I'm good," and they were like, "Nope, nope."
yes. Karen was back here, she was like, rap, gotta go.
Yeah, but no, it was very kind.
Oh, incredibly.
Honestly, the people made it happen. The people made it happen.
Yes, shout out to them.
The people made it happen. So thank you very much to everyone. And that was a memorable one. First time Connor was ever on the show was February of 2013. I believe we actually have a clip from that. Do we have that? February 25th, 2013? Yes? No?
Yeah, we can pull it up right now.
All right, here it is. Just for the newer viewers, this is us. He referenced this at the beginning. Here's us back in 2013, 10 years ago.
Nah, keep stalling. We're
Okay, perfect.
pulling it up.
Almost 10 years ago
Older.
was February 25th, I believe.
What time of the
I
day do
remember
you
this.
remember?
Well, it was around 2:45. I believe he was at the end-ish of the show.
All right, we got it.
I'm not lying. Every week I get tons of fans saying, "Get the Notorious MMA on the show." Your Twitter handle, of course. They love you so much. Are you aware that you are beloved so much by your fans, and especially Ireland?
It's grown each fight. Each fight it seems to get more and more, But it's only the beginning. You know what I mean? That's what I think. This is only the beginning. I'm here to take over. I'm not here to shake no one's hand, or I'm not here to be the token Irish guy in there. I'm in there to get in and win, and that's it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to showing the people of Ireland the true martial artists. You know what I mean? And showing the UFC and the world of MMA a martial artist that they haven't seen before.
And here we are 10 years later. I mean, so much has happened. I think we have, 6 children. No, I had one son at the time. So 5 children between us have been birthed. Not by us, of course. Screwed that one up. You get the point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot has happened, basically. I mean, Frank was in his father's nutsack in February of 2013, right?
Yeah, I mean that would have been a pretty heavy nutsack.
Also, why Frank? Like GC is by far the youngest of us.
It's
Like,
just fun here because no one really knows anything about him. No one even knows how he looks. Frank, do you get a pick or what?
No.
No? All right, fine.
I mean, it was fun enough putting a mic on him while he's being turned in 80 different directions.
I could hear the commotion. I heard Connor asked Frank for a pick, but Frank turned him down. Is what happened.
Oh, really?
Really
Wow.
spilling the tea.
Wait,
like
he
that,
said,
right?
I recognize you. Are you that guy? Are you the
Yeah.
international man of
He
mystery?
had heard about him, and Frank said no. Got to keep the gimmick alive. Good job, Frank.
Yeah, I do what I can.
Yeah, you couldn't get that in front of everyone,
Was this the biggest interview on a live show today on the internet, a sports show, or?
Tough day for it,
Oh my gosh, fun stuff. Hey, shout out to my dog Action Bronson, who I'm still rocking him. Action,
Whoa,
I'm still. Where is it? Why can't I ever get this right?
bet those smell great right now.
Still rocking them. The Bam Bam Baklavas. Shout out to New Balance. Shout out to Action. I mean, I think I'm good. What about you guys? I mean, we could go. Should we answer another set of questions?
Yeah, no, just fire it up.
I'm just kidding. That was a lot of fun. This is not usually when we do the show. We usually do it Mondays and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. And we'll have a lot to talk about next Monday at 1. Of course, Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman. How about that? It's all coming back to me now, right? And you know what's funny? We were asked a question about who's next. We forgot to mention him. If he beats Chandler, you don't think they're giving him Leon or Kamaru?
Wow.
Right?
Leon Connor in London. They did another one. Whew.
I mean, maybe you do that in Ireland instead.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, why doesn't he go to Crook
I
Park?
don't mind that.
You know?
I think he was alluding to that.
I know. That was another nugget.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all coming back to me.
UFC just hates those stadium shows, but I mean, Connor for a belt, if ever you're going to do it.
Oh, man.
But we're putting quite a few carts ahead of
2
horses
fights
here.
left, wants to be in the UFC. I mean, it's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. That was fun. Frank, thanks for making it happen, all right?
Yeah, of course.
Guys, thanks for staying late. Appreciate it. Thank you to Conor McGregor. You can hit my music. I'm done. I need to go smoke a cigarette. I've never smoked one before, but I just need to do it. Thank you to DraftKings. Thank you to Squarespace as well for making this happen. What a time to be alive. Francis earlier, Connor later. And this is fun. You know what? Can I say something? I like Primetime Helwani. I think this is a thing.
Yeah, you're a lot fun to be around.
Should we do a primetime show once a month?
I think we should.
You know, they used to do, it's like almost like Saturday Night's Main Event. They used to have like a primetime show Saturday nights after Saturday Night Live on NBC Wrestling once a month, and it was like a big one. Once a month, I might be asking a lot. Not sure I could commit.
You're not sure if you could commit. All right.
I'm not sure if I can make it. But would be nice. Would be very nice. In any event, this was fun. By the way, guys, this was one for the scrapbook, right? We did that. We made it happen. We willed this into existence. And I want to thank the people, all the tagging, all the stuff that you guys did. That stuff goes a long way. You've always had our backs, and that's why we try to deliver for all of you. So that was tremendous stuff. Much love and respect to all of you. Much love to the crew. Much love to Conor McGregor for coming in and being a man of his word. And he didn't even have to be a man of his word because he never actually gave me his word. But his team had my back and made this happen and really squeezed us in. So that was really cool. I appreciate all of you very much for tuning in on very short notice. I appreciate his team very much. And of course, I appreciate the great Conor McGregor very much. Back on Monday, same time and place until then. I'm out of here.